everyone. I'm gonna do my Persuasive Speech. I've got it going in two places, so here's my crowd.
Hello. Hi.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Today, I'd like to talk to you about a subject that's very deep to me. Imagine discovering that your child has been diagnosed with ASD, also known as autism spectrum disorder. After receiving this diagnosis, you're told that early intervention is critical to your child's development through communication, social skills, and life skills. Then imagine learning that wait lists carry up to 6 months and that nearby locations can be almost 60 miles away. Autism is broken down into 3 different levels on variation, all of them requiring therapy for a child to have a normal life. For many families in rural communities, this isn't an imaginary situation, it's their everyday reality. Children with ASD who live in rural communities struggle to find the qualified providers that they need. As a mother of a child with ASD, I've personally experienced challenges of locating ABA therapy. My family is currently facing long wait lists, some 90 days, some 9 months, and the locations require us to travel at least 60 miles one way, once a week. That can be quite costly for the families. And insurance companies also will buck the system and not want to pay for all the therapy, saying that your child's not qualified. Today, I will discuss all the barriers that rural families face and explain why early ABA therapy is so important and describe practical solutions that increase access for children who need the services. Now that I've introduced my issue, let's examine why so many rural families struggle to obtain ABA. Children with ASD living in rural areas face significant obstacles when trying to obtain ABA. Most rural communities have very, very few board certified behavioral analysis therapists, and there's only so many clinics within the counties. Families often spend hours driving several times a week to receive these therapies. These delays matter because childhood is critical period for learning. This means that their brains are young enough to comprehend and understand the new ways of thinking. According to the American Pediatrics, uh, children with autism receive evidence-based intervention as soon as developmental concerns arise, improve developmental outcomes by Hyman 2020. When therapy is delayed, children miss valuable time to receive these opportunities and to grow within the therapies. Now that we've discussed some of the rural area distance barriers, let's look at why early ABA is so important. ABA is applied behavioral analysis. This is considered one of the most effective evidence-based treatments for children with ASD. Research consistently shows ABA therapy helps children develop and improve on life skills, which then improve their independence and quality of life. ABA therapies teach communication skills, social interaction, emotional regulation, and positive behaviors while reducing the interference with learning. One large meta-analysis conducted by Myragini and colleagues found that ABA interventions were highly effective in improving intellectual abilities and communication skills while still producing moderate improvements in adaptive behavior and socialization. Another study done by Dawson and colleagues in 2010 examined toddlers receiving early start Denver model and early behavioral intervention. The researchers found that the children receiving these treatments and therapies demonstrated significantly higher IQs, adaptive behavior, and autism symptoms than children receiving community-based services alone. Early intervention begin. The earlier intervention begins, the greater the opportunity for children to build skills that will benefit them in their lives. Though ABA is highly effective, rural areas have trouble finding places for these therapies. Now, knowing how beneficial ABA therapy is, what can we do to improve access for families that live in these rural areas? One solution for the shortness of services in rural areas would be telehealth. Ferguson, Craig, and Giovanni did a systematic review in 2029 that concluded that telehealth is an effective method for delivering behavioral analytics services and for training parents and caregivers. This allows the behavioral analysis to coach families remotely rather than traveling. Another solution would be workforce development. This would mean the community working together to either provide scholarships or loans for students that want to focus in this area. Expanding insurance coverage would also help. As a parent, I understand the emotional and financial challenges that families face when they're trying to obtain these services. Parents often have to balance between full-time jobs, transportation, insurance approvals, and caring for other children, while simply just trying to receive the best care for the child. No family should have to choose between receiving essential health care and maintaining financial stability. Today, we've discussed three very important ideas. Today, we've discussed the barriers that families in rural areas face, finding ABA therapy. Uh, we've talked about how early intervention can benefit a child in early ages to help them have a better quality of life, and we've discussed how the community can reach out and try to help these families. Uh, we should advocate for telehealth and advocate for our children. Every child deserves to receive the care that they need. By expanding ABA, we give children with ASD the opportunity to communicate, learn, and live independent lives. Thank you.